doing something different. Anyway, we're doing. Hi, everybody. Because all right, hey y'all. It's your girl Ness of Glamour by Ness, and welcome to my cozy corner here on YouTube where beauty meets real life, and let's continue to glow together. Now, the past couple of days I have not done my affirmations. We did not say our affirmations, so I'm going to be sure for the remainder of the lives that we have left for this 30-day live, we say them. So as you can see in the title of our video, let me just make sure this is on. Okay, it's on. It's reflection and renewal, because essentially this is kind of like the end of my 30-day live. Now, I am going to be very honest. I did not go live for 30 days consistently, and we're going to change that because we're going again for another 30 days where we are going to show up for ourselves truly this time. But honestly, it's allowing our souls to speak, allowing our souls to speak, and honestly, having a real conversation about where you're at in your journey, especially when you're ending that journey. Because um, in my live yesterday, I talked about the patterns I realized that I need consistently, and it's a reminder of my why. Why am I doing this? What is the reason? I didn't need a yawn. I didn't need to do any of this before I started this live, and all of a sudden I need a yawn. How ironic. But let's say our affirmation and dive right on in. So our affirmation for tonight is, actually, I can have my notes right in my face. Boom. All right, our affirmation is, I release what no longer serves me and renew my spirit daily. Say with me, y'all. I release what no longer serves me and renew my spirit daily. I have to renew my spirit daily. I regress so bad, y'all. It's sickening. But in that realization, I'm also giving myself a lot of grace, because I'm operating from old wiring essentially, and I'm rewiring my brain. But you essentially have to fall in love with your new life, even though you're not living your new life in the moment, but you have to act like you are. You kind of almost have to be a little delulu, okay? But divine reminders actually show up to remind us, to show us, to encourage us to keep going. And I kid you guys not, that the moment I decided to give myself grace for regressing, the moment I decided that I'm going to recommit to my my manifestations that I'm calling in, the moment I decided to recommit to my why, my purpose behind doing all of the things and actually following through. For example, I didn't follow through in going to the gym yesterday because earlier in the day I had a thought, and I truly believe it was my intuition. And that thought was, instead of going to the gym on the day that you normally would go, which would be Tuesday morning, why not go instead Wednesday, because Thursday is Christmas, And Thursday, also, the gym will not be open because it's Christmas, and that is also my day to go. So why not just go Wednesday and Friday instead? And of course, me being me, trying to always overachieve, and I know this about myself. Like, no, let's just do Tuesday. Da, 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 da. My spirit was telling me, no, no, no. Take that day to rest. Go Wednesday. Y'all, I didn't go to the gym. I didn't go to the gym this morning. Okay. I did not go to the gym this morning. I was like, but had I just decided and executed, I wouldn't feel like I'm, in this spiral, um, in the spiral of, hold on, y'all. All right. I hope y'all can hear me now. Anyway, um, but I do want to share God's surprises because there was one this morning. And of course, why is this not updated? Why are my notes not syncing from my phone to my iPad? I'm like, oh, I'll have my notes. And it's not synced. What's going on? Oh, it's really not synced. And it's about to die. You know, I thought this was ready for my life. I can't. Maybe I can obtain it from my phone. But I really want to share this. Maybe I can obtain it from my computadora. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Y'all, I hate YouTubers that be like, hold on, I thought I had it here and I don't have it. Hold on, hold on, hold on. And I'm doing the same damn thing. I'm so annoying. Look at me eating my own words. Oh, I've been adding to this note. Why is it not syncing? Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm back. So the reason why I thought it was syncing, but it is, I'm so smart. I thought everything that I added would just be on top of one another. No, it's like way down at the bottom. Tuh. But can I? Yes, I can show you guys. I'm gonna show y'all God's surprises today. I thought I had it. Okay. Let me show y'all. So this is what I am working on. Okay. This is one of my manifestations. Okay. And that being one of my manifestations, it just kind of ignited the excitement of what I am working towards. And I'm hella excited about that because that is one of my goals. Okay. So that was essentially my moment of clarity. Seeing that come across and really recognizing I've slipped back into operating from ego versus alignment. And that will get you and keep you stuck. And that is essentially what I have been reflecting on and realizing I cannot do it alone. So, another point of clarity is I've been calling on the Lord. Okay. I cannot slip back into, I cannot be the same person that nothing happens for them or everything remains stagnant. We're not growing. And I know that's not my truth, but essentially that's what I feel like is happening when I regress. And I'm recognizing the patterns, I'm accepting them, I'm giving myself grace, but I'm also putting in the work to not be and stay in this funk. And I know it's, it's Christmas, it's all of the things. There's so many factors and variables that also play into this too because we're ending the year. There's a whole lot of stuff happening, but at the same time, you're reflecting on your life, on where you thought you would be and where you are not. And another surprise I'll share this as well, that God gave me, that I've honestly been keeping track of these because it's so imperative to have these daily reminders. Let me see if I can find it. It's so important to have these reminders to keep going. Here's another one. I heard this quote today: if God is making you wait, do what waiters do and serve. And that, my friends, is just, that is so beautiful because we can get so caught up in the woe is me and all of the things that we don't have. And if you've ever volunteered anywhere, if you've ever have given your time for a good cause, you you have a humbling experience in seeing other people in their environment and what they're going through. It's a very humbling experience. It puts things into perspective and shows you, hey, you are blessed. You do have a lot. You may not have everything that you want, but you are blessed. You are not where these individuals are, wherever they are in their journey. And I love that quote because you know it's telling you to serve, but it's also play on the words: waiter, waiting, servers, serving. So it humbles you to a degree where I feel you have no choice but to reflect on the goodness in your life versus focusing and honing in on the things that aren't working. So for me, for example, the things that are working is me putting into practice what Mel Robbins discusses in her book by putting my phone away from me, which in turns forces me to get up out of my bed, my comfortable bed and comforters, to turn off said alarm. And when you actually get up, you have to stay up. You have to stay up. And so that is what I'm going to execute tomorrow morning when my alarm goes off for me to head to the gym. I love that for me. And it's falling in love with the process. Romanticize it a bit. You're not going to like it. And I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat for you either. Like, I'd much rather be in my bed. I'd much rather do nothing. I'd much rather people just hand everything to me. I'd much rather all of that. But when you put in that hard work, When you are dedicated, when you are disciplined, when you are consistent, there's this level of just sheer joy and passion and grit and happiness that no one can give you. And no one will ever be able to take that away from you. So when you earn your manifestations, when they come in, it's because of that blood, sweat, and tears that you put in and are consistent with. And I've been doing really, really good in some areas and definitely need to do improvement in others, but I have definitely shown up for myself. I've definitely shed a lot of layers that I feel were and was holding me back. And I'm even more excited now to do better, to show up for myself in a way that I have not shown up for myself before. I just have to get out of my own way. I have to get out of my own way. And I can be sad, but I cannot get sad and stay sad because I don't have my manifestations yet. And that y'all is a mental thing. It will literally F you up. Okay. It will literally keep you stuck. And I do not want to be stuck. I know you don't want to be stuck. Okay. I feel like I've gone on a whole tangent. Let me get back my my notes. But me shifting um keeps me motivated. Me trying new things keeps me motivated. I'm just at a place where I just want to be able to have a routine that is just very consistent long enough for me to, you know, be repetitive in it. So, during my cleanse, did I regress? No, not necessarily. I just certain of decluttering, but I don't have a whole lot to declutter, if that makes sense. Now, getting rid of some things, absolutely. I got rid of a lot of clothes. And I was, super happy about that because I realized I have clothes that I'm back. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Somebody told me I was muted. I don't know what happened, but I literally, oh my gosh, I thought I talked for like 5 minutes. I don't know what happened. And I don't even know where I left off. That's crazy. Well, y'all, um, I think I was talking about the cleanse itself. And when I say the cleanse, I don't think I showed the book on this live. Talking about Armand Wiggins' 60-day manifestation cleanse, which he is also going to start back up again at the top of January, which I'll be participating in. I'm not buying another book. I will not be buying another book. I will definitely be getting a notebook and writing out my thoughts as per usual. But honestly, this live was just to discuss, letting my soul speak. And that also involves listening to your body, making sure you're resting and hydrating. I have been slipping a little bit and taking my vitamins, and I've actually, since my neurologist cleared me, that I'm back to my normal self. Um, your girl had been, taking partaking in some libations. I love that for me. But I also realized, like, because I haven't taken in libations in such a long time, there's other things happening within my body where I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like that very much. But all in all, me going off on a whole tangent, you know, recognize your patterns. Like when you start anything new, you're never going to, anytime you start anything new, just give yourself the grace to mess up. You're going to mess up. You're going to regress, right? And you're also going to have divine reminders that show up for you. Those little nuggets and surprises that are sprinkled along your journey is a beautiful thing. And it just gives you that extra push that you didn't even think that you needed, but also glad that you have it, right? And then you'll have these moments of clarity, a lot, and I tie these moments of clarity back to answered prayers, because a lot of the times when we are quiet enough, and I never really understood when people say this until I started paying attention to me actually receiving my answered prayers. um but in those moments of clarity, you do get answered prayers, or answers to what you were seeking, right? And when your ego tries to appear, because I feel like, and this is a nice reminder for me, because I'm like, whoa, I didn't think about it that way, but it is very much that way. When your ego's always going to be there to protect you, but you have to be keen enough to recognize when it is your ego, because your ego is always going to protect you. You're always going to feel like you're you need to be right, or you need to defend, or whatever the need is, the void that you're trying to fill. And sometimes there is no void to fill. Sometimes you just got to let things be, even if it burns, even if it's not what you're wanting or needing, or wanting to hear. Sometimes you need to hear it, because that could be the very thing that will lead you to your promised land, or it'll open up that door, that portal, to grant you your manifestations. And when you reflect and learn and accept, so you don't make the same mistakes again, you allow yourself that grace, you allow yourself to be open to the limitless possibilities that you're manifesting. And I love that. I was going to say something else about ego, but it slipped my mind. So stay in alignment, guys. Stay in alignment. And I'm fighting hard. And it is, y'all, it's almost like Neo in, maybe I should watch that movie again. Um, what's that movie? The Matrix. Like that when that force that you're like pushing up against and you're trying to win. Or maybe it's Keanu Reeves in what's that movie where he is fighting all the people? Let's Google it. Let's Google. And while I Google this, I didn't realize Keanu Reeves was in Something's Gotta Give. A young Keanu. He's a musician. I didn't know that. All right, so I need your movies. Why is my thing going slow? You got The Matrix, John Wick. Lord, and he's having to fight everybody. But in the end, he got messed up, got beat up along the way. But that man won. Okay, I might just watch that instead. Keanu been in some movies. My God. All right, y'all. That's all that I have. Today was day. What day was today? Today was day 28. Wow. Wow. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Thank you so much. That's it for me today. All right. Please definitely like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And we got to kick it off with our affirmation, or send it off rather. And for today's affirmation, it was, I release what no longer serves me, and renew my spirit daily. I release what no longer serves me and renew my spirit daily. All right, y'all. See you tomorrow.